Dangers of the cold. We're talking about the signs of frostbite and hypothermia in the first warn forecast.
And new developments in the Chandler Halderson trial, when he's scheduled to be sentenced for the deaths of his parents. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. An alert day for dangerous wind chills dropping into the negative double digits just in time for bus stop pickup for your kids. If your school district has school today, that is. Chris Reese has your certified most accurate forecast. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning. A lot of those school districts closed this morning because of how cold a lot of these wind chills are. In fact, today is an alert day. We're talking wind chills this morning down to negative 35, and even wind chills into the afternoon down to 15 degrees below zero. Now, you've heard us talk about wind chill a lot this week. I want to take a moment to really kind of explain what wind chill is. See, our bodies lose heat through convection, and when there is no wind, this layer of warmth forms around us. It insulates us. It helps things stay warmer longer. But when you start to add wind to that, the moving air breaks up that insulating warm layer that we have around us, and this helps speed up the heat loss, making it feel a lot colder, a lot faster. And in the case of this morning, a lot of these communities are feeling 25 to 30 degrees below zero, if not just a little bit colder. Monroe, one of the coldest spots this morning, feeling like 31 below zero. It feels like 26 below in Lone Rock and 23 below zero in Boscobel out there this morning. Meanwhile, you have places like Janesville and Madison where there's not a lot of wind, so your wind chill actually lines up with some of the air temperatures that we have out there this morning. Now, as the winds begin to blow, this right here is bus stop time, 7:30 for a lot of the kids. Some of those wind chills for those who are going to be headed to the bus stop could be around 25 to 30 degrees below zero. It gets better, though, especially as we start to move towards tomorrow morning. It could feel as warm as the double digits above zero. So like I said, it does get better, but for now, I really need you to be mindful of how much time you're going to be spending outside, especially if you're not wearing that proper clothing. In fact, as you're outside this morning, these are some of your frostbite times as wind chills dip into the 20s below zero. We're talking frostbite happening in about 10, 15, 20 to as much as 30 minutes. So really be mindful of some of those signs of frostbite as well, along with some of those signs of hypothermia. When it comes to frostbite, you'll start to feel numb, but one of those first signs, in addition to numbness, is also the redness or pain in the skin. But as it gets worse, you might notice white or grayish yellow skin, and that skin can feel unusually firm or even waxy. We've also got the signs of hypothermia, where you have the confusion, the difficulty speaking, shivering, sleepiness, along with the stiff muscles. So pay attention to your body as you're spending that time out in the cold this morning. Our temperature has dropped to 15 below zero at this point. Still, the air is calm, so our wind chill hangs out at 15 below zero, but it's still cold out there. We plan out the day. Winds stay out of the south. We'll keep that sunshine, and by lunchtime, we'll see our temperature at 4 degrees above zero. That's where we start to see that improvement. 3 o'clock this afternoon, temperatures are hanging out around 9 to 10, and we have this set right at 11 degrees for a high later on for this afternoon, but your actual high temperature today, that happens just before midnight. That's where temperatures are going to be in the teens as temperatures start to warm for tomorrow morning. 9 o'clock, temperatures are going to be in the 20s. We'll also be talking about a chance for some flurries out there tomorrow. Enjoy that warm day. We're cold again by Friday. Warmer next week, but also watching the possibility of a storm in the upper Midwest by this time next week as well.
All right, Chris Reese giving us the first warn there and all the details we need to know about the alert day today. Thank you very much, Chris. Madison, Middleton, Verona, and Sun Prairie not among the more than 60 schools closed or delayed for that bitter cold today. That list, of course, subject to change this morning. It's scrolling at the bottom of your screen, but you can get push alerts for your child's school and any other safety warnings for the weather today by checking out our Channel 3000 News app.
Well, you'll want to be careful that your pipes don't freeze today.
McKenna Alexander is live from our News 3 Now kitchen with how to prevent the problem. Good morning, McKenna.
Yeah, well, good morning, guys. I know I'm just down the hall from you, but hey, the thing to do today is obviously stay inside and stay warm. But just because you're safe from freezing doesn't mean your pipes are. And trust me, with frozen pipes and burst pipes being one of the leading causes of property damage in the winter, and a bill that can cost $5,000 or more, not a bad idea to know some prevention tips. So here's what you want to know. Spaces like attics, garages, and basements are going to be most at risk for burst pipes, though it's not a bad idea to protect all pipes. So here's what we want to do. you want to go ahead and go over to all your faucets in your home, turn on just a little trickle of water. Doesn't need to be much, but just enough to get the water flowing. Now, I know it doesn't seem the most cost-effective to have water running all the time, but trust me, going to be a lot cheaper in the long run than a burst pipe. You then want to go underneath the faucets, open up the cabinet doors. That way you just get the warm air in your home circulating around the pipes a little bit so that it prevents them from freezing. Now, other things to know. You want to go ahead and keep your garage doors shut today, and you want to keep your thermostat the same morning and night. Now's not the time to reduce that temperature during the evening hours. You want to keep it the same, pretty consistent. Other things to know. You don't want your pipes to burst. If they do, you got a flood coming your way. Come in the next half hour. If they do burst, I'll give you some tips on how you can, or if they freeze, excuse me, you don't want them to burst. If they freeze, I'll go ahead and share some tips on how to thaw them out so that they don't burst. You don't have a big mess to clean up.
Nice this morning, McKenna. Thank you very much. 6:05 now. Looking ahead this morning, a sentencing date now set for Chandler Halderson.
The 23-year-old convicted last week of killing and dismembering his parents last summer. Online court records now show that Chandler Halderson has a sentencing hearing. It is scheduled for the afternoon of March 17th. Last week, a jury found Halderson guilty on all 8 charges stemming from his parents' murder. The jury deliberated for roughly 2 hours before reaching that verdict. Halderson faces up to life in prison due to the first-degree intentional homicide charges. A judge could, though, decide if Halderson will be eligible for parole at some point. To get the most in-depth reporting of this trial, head to channel3000.com. We have some breaking news this morning in Milwaukee. Sheriff's deputies there are looking for a suspect after an officer was shot during a traffic stop overnight.
During that traffic stop, the passenger of the vehicle took off on foot, eventually shooting the officer multiple times. That man is still at large right now. The driver of that vehicle is in custody. An emergency alert went out just before 4 a.m., warning people in Milwaukee to shelter in place. Police say the officer was conscious and receiving treatment as of 3:30 a.m. Well, you stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com as we continue to ask questions of police in Milwaukee and share that with you right here on air and online. In other top headlines today, the chair of Wisconsin's Department of Veterans Affairs now charged on 3 counts of possession of child pornography. Curtis Schmidt is being accused after the photos were uploaded to a Dropbox account registered to Schmidt. Some of the files found come from Snapchat. Schmidt says the email associated with the account is his, but he says he doesn't remember those files. News 3 Now has reached out to the Department of Veterans Affairs for comment. We have yet to hear back.
Now to the growing tensions with Russia this morning. Thousands of American troops are on high alert now as President Biden continues to hold classified briefings. He's meeting with House and Senate leaders on the situation with Ukraine and Russia. Russia continues releasing new video of military drills near the border with Europe, raising concern of a possible invasion.
I made it clear to early on to President Putin that if he were to move into Ukraine, that there'd be severe consequences, including significant economic sanctions.
Top members of the Biden administration's military and diplomatic teams visited the White House yesterday. 8,500 American troops are now on high alert to deploy at short notice to NATO countries in Eastern Europe. Russia, which has 100,000 troops at the border, said it had no plans to invade.
Happening today, the president is expected to meet with some of the nation's top CEOs at the White House to discuss his stalled Build Back Better bill. Among those invited are the heads of General Motors, Ford, and Microsoft. The administration hopes to convince businesses to support the bill by highlighting how it will help different industries and boost U.S. competitiveness in the global economy.
10 of the 11 members of the far-right group Oath Keepers charged with sedition conspiracy in relation to the January 6th Capitol attack are pleading not guilty in federal court. The defendants are set to face trial in July if they don't reach a plea deal by then. One of the 11 accused was not in court yesterday and did not enter a plea. Coming up, the future of Aaron Rodgers and the Packers when the QB says he'll make a decision for next season.
Plus, our Winter Restaurant Week series continues, and we're showing you what's for breakfast this morning ahead in the 608.
Pick and Save delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
Every parent I talk to wants to be sure they're doing all they can to protect their kids from COVID-19. As a Wisconsin pediatrician, I tell them the COVID-19 vaccines for kids has been thoroughly tested and is proven to be safe for ages 5 and up. Getting your child a COVID-19 vaccine is the most effective way to help kids stay safe and in school. Ask your child's doctor what they think.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Madison. One weekend only. Alliant Energy Center. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age. Featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground. And a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. February 5th and 6th. Alliant Energy Center. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
At McGann Furniture in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. And remember, at McGann, we don't raise our prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo.
At Pick and Save, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. Our Restaurant Week spotlights continue in the 608 this morning as we take action in helping you support local.
Josh Breider's here now, checking out some local restaurants, and we got a breakfast option this time around, Josh.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting, guys. So typically we're talking about lunch and dinner options for Winter Restaurant Week, but Migrants Madison is changing things up a little bit, giving you a way to start your day with them.
Our Winter Restaurant Week series continues, and today we're checking out Migrants, a fantastic option for you, and a little bit of a different option here. The executive chef with us, Oscar Villarreal with us, and you guys actually are doing breakfast, which is kind of a fun little treat for folks.
Breakfast is always overlooked during Restaurant Week, so I figured I'd throw in a treat.
And it's a nice way to start the day, too, and something different for you.
A little bit different than normal breakfast. We've got like smothered burritos and breakfast tacos, so it's going to be fun.
So you guys opened up a little more than 2 years ago, right before COVID hit. And I mean, what has the process been like for you guys being a new business?
It's been tough. It's been a tough. If it wasn't for some of my regulars from Fuegos, I think it would have been different. But we had a tough time. It's been a tough time, especially within a building that used to have 500 employees that we thought, you know, hey, this is going to be an easy run for us. It ended up being a really tough journey.
You know, what can folks really take in to get the whole Migrants experience here?
So we're a family-owned business. We've been, the whole thing is based on family. It's the migrant workers that inspired me as a kid because I was one. So I kind of grew up with the whole thing of migrating from Texas up to Wisconsin and other states up here up north and then going back down in the winter months. So that food that we ate during our breaks is what we focus on here. It's the tacos, it's the burritos. You know, sometimes we had a few quesadillas in there, but it's stuff that we did out during our breaks. So this is something that we love to share from our family to yours.
And it's really something that the whole family can enjoy too.
Correct. I have kids menus and I also have adult menus. And it can go from 1 on my salsas to number 10. We've got 10 different spices. So you can definitely get up to the heat level. The higher the number, the spicier the salsa.
Sometimes we need a little heat, right? Especially in the wintertime. Well, Oscar, we're gonna
jackets.
I know. We're gonna dig into a little bit more about your winter restaurant week menu coming up. But so far, it smells really good in here.
All right, thank you.
Excited to give you a taste here in about 30 minutes. If you'd like to learn more about Migrants Madison, you can go to the story up on the Channel 3000 mobile app this morning. I love his motto, amazing food for hardworking people. You can tell that Oscar's put a lot of time and effort into making his business such a success. A lot of folks will remember him from Juegos down on Willie Street that closed down a couple of years ago, and then he moved into Migrants Madison where he's at now. So you can tell he just has a lot of inspiration in giving back to the community, guys. So a great opportunity for us to give back to him this week.
Cool.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of his loyal customers followed him to the new venture. That's a sign. If you've got a loyal fan base, you know, your diehards, you're doing something right, Josh.
Yeah, and that's what's really great is he's had that support in starting this up during COVID, and he's survived. But this is a great week for all of us that have not tried them out. This is my first time going into Migrants Madison, and it's just that nice way of, you know, there are a lot of places in our community that we need to get out there and support and try out, and who knows, it might become your new favorite place.
Very cool. Josh Breiter, thank you very much. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email at in the608@wisc-tv.com. Hey, we're continuing to celebrate Restaurant Week by giving you a chance at 2 free meals at one of the participating restaurants.
All you have to do is answer our question of the day at channel3000.com/contest. And today we're asking, booth or table? Which do you prefer? Or maybe it's, you know, a high top, or you want to sit at the bar. Any answer will do as long as you participate. You'll be entered in for a chance to win those vouchers. Leah has already said that she's a booth gal.
I am.
There's something about, you know, the feel of a nice booth. It's just nice, it's cozy, it's comfy.
You know, Chris, you made the point that it really depends on what table is open, right? An open table is what we're both looking for.
There you go. Hey, you could put open into the search field or into the answer field at channel3000.com this morning, and that'll count too, as long as you participate. Again, go to channel3000.com/contest for your chance to win. Okay, so for the Packers, the season's over, but Aaron Rodgers still made his Tuesday round on the Pat McAfee Show yesterday. The meeting gave one more insight on the offseason that Rodgers is set to make here in the coming months between him and his future with the Packers. Unlike last offseason, Rodgers says that he owes it to the Packers to not drag this thing out. He says he will make his decision before free agency begins, which means we'll know where Rodgers will go or what he will do. Will he stay? Will he go? Will he retire? What'll happen? We'll know before March 16th.
Boy, quite a nail-biter of the next month and a half, huh?
Well, I'm just glad to hear they're not going to drag this thing out again. That was just, it was just too much drama last season.
A lot of headlines, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, topping the headlines this morning, the cold weather out there, that alert day. Chris, what's going on?
Yeah, grab that jacket or coat as you head out the door this morning, along with the sunglasses. We're going to see plenty of that, but it is cold. That's been the story of the entire morning. Wind chills into the teens, 20s, and even approaching 30s below zero. Monroe has been a common cold spot this morning, feeling like 31 below zero. Viroqua, 30 below zero right now, 31 below in La Crosse. In Madison, we've been lucky enough that the wind is not blowing all that much, so that 15 below zero that you see is also the air temperature right now. Calm air, 15 below, clear skies. Temperatures continue to drop this morning. We'll likely make it towards 16 or 17 below before we actually start to turn the corner and warm things up. So we're hanging out in the teens below zero this morning. We're going to top things out into the upper single digits later on this afternoon, and then tonight after the sun sets, a warm front's going to come through. That means you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and temperatures are going to be in the teens and approaching 20s. We're looking at road conditions outside this morning. Still smooth. Didn't snow overnight. This is East Washington at 2nd Street. I have no issues for your morning commute. The Beltline, all of our area roadways should be smooth. You get the green light all day long. In fact, here's what we're looking at right now on your traffic maps. It's a lot of green out there, folks. You're only seeing slowdowns with their intersections and traffic lights that create those reddish colors there. But all throughout southern Wisconsin, we're not seeing having any issues, let's keep it that way for your Wednesday.
All right, Chris Reese tracking it all for us. Thank you very much, sir. 6:19 now. A sentencing date in Jussie Smollett's case is scheduled for March 10th in Chicago. A jury convicted the former Empire actor in December on 5 counts of felony disorderly conduct for his 2019 hate crime hoax. Authorities determined he paid 2 brothers to stage an attack on him in order to generate publicity and advance his career. Smollett's defense team has said it will appeal the verdict.
New information this morning. General Motors will be making its largest investment ever in 4 facilities across Michigan. The automaker plans to invest more than $7 billion to create 4,000 new jobs at EV manufacturing sites in the state. The investment includes construction of a new Ultium Cells battery cell plant in Lansing and the conversion of a plant in Orion Township for production of the Chevy Silverado EV and the electric GMC Sierra.
6:20 now. Coming up, flying cars one step closer to reality.
And here's a look at the roads this morning as a lot of folks are preparing to head out. The big school districts in the area still on for today. A lot of the rural districts are shut down because of the bitterly cold temperatures, if we've reached the bottom yet, and when we could see a bit of a warm-up.
Campus food delivered by robots Thursday at 6.
Cobuson buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Madison Magazine Winter Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week 2022, starting January 23rd through the 28th. For participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
Dirt's gonna fly at the Alliant Energy Center. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th and 5th at 7:30 and the 6th at 2 p.m. Top monster trucks including Laminator, War Wizard, and Crazy Train, along with the insane action of freestyle motocross. Every ticket includes a pit pass for the pit party with drivers and riders, plus go for a ride in a monster truck. Get tickets and details at monstersofdestruction.com. Get ripped up. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
It's time to take your sleep to the next level with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses actively adapt to your body's pressure points, giving you a more personal sleep experience than ever before. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at $23.99. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash with a Tempur-Pedic mattress set purchase. Upgrade your sleep with a Tempur Ergo Smart Base that automatically adjusts to snoring, giving you a great night's sleep. Relax. It's Steinhafels.
Cobuson buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
.623, we're back with Julie's morning. She sent us this nice little picture of a sunrise coming up. I can't tell exactly where that is. I can't make out that sign, but it looks like an area park. We want to thank Julie for sending that in. Leah, you got any idea where that is? I know the monitor is really small over there in the newsroom. There's a tiny little, like, 13-inch monitor.
Not to digress, but we got a little tube TV out here. It's the 1980s out in the newsroom.
You should see Chris Reese like 6 inches away from the TV
There's
over
like
here.
a riverfront plaza. That's what one of those signs says. Yeah, it's all riverfront. It's a river.
There you go. It's a lovely picture.
Getting the answers for us. Chris Reese.
Wish we knew a little bit more about it, but it looks nice. Yeah, we want to thank her and share your morning with us, and we can talk about it on the air.
Hey, we may be one step closer to flying cars, like in Back to the Future.
Okay, let's see if this one will take off. The air car receiving a certificate of airworthiness from Slovakia's Transport Authority. It's recently been flown between 2 cities in Slovakia, and developers hope that it'll be commercially available within 12 months. The car has had more than 70 hours of test flights and more than 200 takeoffs and landings. There is a catch, though. You need a pilot's license to fly it.
Chris, you made the point. We've been talking about flying cars for a heck of a long time here. Still nothing.
Someday.
I don't know. You think this is ever going to be real?
I don't know. And plus, when you think about it, you know, our communities just aren't designed for these things.
Now, what about a flying...
Where are you going to land your flying car?
The airport. I was going to say, what about a flying minivan or a flying SUV?
There you go. I'm going to need a third row, and it's got to be able to hold some car seats in it.
Taking the Honda Pilot to a new level.
There you go.
That's clever.
All right.
That was clever.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, Chris Reese, hit us with the details on the alert day.
Yeah, we're talking about the bus stop forecast for you this morning. Lots of sunshine today, but it is cold. 14 below zero as you're headed out to the bus stop. Wind chills will be 20 to 30 below zero, but you're still going to school. A lot of those kiddos out there will warm up towards 9 later on this afternoon.
All right. Oh, boy. Zero. Kind of the warm-up of the day. All right. Thanks, Chris. Stick around, folks. More News 3 Now this morning right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
3 days only. Day Furs acquired over 500 new garments and cool weather accessories, and everything must go. Save 40 to 80%. Pre-owned furs starting at $49. All accessories 60% off at Day Furs this Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Summer's coming, and so are those warm, relaxing weekends. No matter where your adventures take you, we've got you covered at the new Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 28th through the 30th at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Whether you're staying at a vacation rental, towing a teardrop trailer to sleep under the stars, or heading to a beloved family cabin, you'll find everything for your getaway lifestyle at the Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 28th through the 30th, Alliant Energy Center. Every weekend should be this fun.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you. Welcome to Delicious.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Gobin Cars is having a huge winter sale with the largest selection of vehicles under $15,995 or $249 per month. That's right, don't miss out on our winter sale with the best selection of SUVs, cars, or vans under $15,995 or $249 per month. We have one of the largest selections of vehicles in Dane County with over 500 vehicles in stock. So just come on in and ask for Bristol, Govan. Go to Govan Cars, east or west.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
3 days only. Day Furs acquired over 500 new garments and cool weather accessories, and everything must go. Save 40 to 80%. Pre-owned furs starting at $49. All accessories 60% off at Day Furs this Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We're talking about bitterly cold wind chills this morning, getting you out the door with what to expect.
And the latest COVID numbers in Wisconsin, why doctors say they're cautiously optimistic this week.
Plus, a teenager tentatively facing disorderly conduct charges after Middleton High School's lockdown on Monday. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Wednesday. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. More than 60 schools closed or delayed this morning for the cold, but Madison, Middleton, Verona, and Sun Prairie kids, they are all headed in this morning in double-digit negative temps this morning.
Yep, it's an alert day for that dangerous cold. Let's start with Chris Reese and his certified most accurate forecast. Just how cold is it out there, Chris?
Yeah, it's incredibly cold out there, and you said it, Leah. It is an alert day. We're talking wind chills down to 35 below zero in some communities this morning, and even into the afternoon. A lot of your afternoon wind chills are going to be 15, 20 degrees below zero, so it's going to be a cold day. And you've heard us talk about wind chill a lot this week. I want to break down what that is. See, our bodies often lose heat through convection, but when there's little to no wind, this forms this warm insulating layer around us. It helps us feel just a little bit warmer out there. You start to add wind to the mix, and that moving air breaks up the insulating warm layer, and this helps speed up the heat loss, making it feel much colder. And in the case of this morning, it feels like 26 below zero in Lone Rock and 31 below zero in Monroe right now. 30 below zero is what it feels like for Viroqua and 23 below zero in Boscobel. I want to highlight some communities, though, where you have that insulating warm layer. There's not much of a wind chill. That's going to be Janesville and Madison. These are the actual air temperatures at 4 below zero and 15 below zero right now. But the winds will still blow as we go throughout the morning. And when they do, they'll drop some of those wind chills. This is 7:30 in the morning, bus stop time for a lot of communities, which is why we have so many school closings out there. We're still talking a lot of wind chills in that 20 to 30 below zero range. It'll get better throughout today, and it'll get real better by tomorrow morning, where we'll feel like the double digits above zero. But in the meantime, I want you to be conscious of how much time you are spending outdoors. When the wind chills start to make it into the 20s below zero, your frostbite time is about 15, 20, even as much as 30 minutes. But still, your frostbite time really starts to happen very quickly. And be mindful of some of those signs of frostbite and hypothermia as well as you're out and about. When it comes to frostbite, you're talking redness or pain in the skin being one of the first signs of that. You'll start to feel numb as well. As it gets worse, you're talking about the white or grayish yellow skin, or even that skin that feels unusually firm or waxy. You get towards hypothermia, that's when you start talking about confusion, the difficulty speaking, shivering, and stiff muscles as well. That being said, 15 below with the clear skies out there, the sun starting to rise above the horizon. By lunchtime today, we're hanging out around 3 degrees. We'll go all the way up towards 9 later on this afternoon, and then our actual high of 11, that's going to be closer towards midnight tonight. Flurries for tomorrow with the high of 29, then another storm system possible next week.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you much. Stay on top of the dropping temperatures with the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app. If you don't have it, just do a search for Channel 3000 Weather wherever you get your apps. Well, heating your home during today's frigid temperatures is going to be more costly than normal.
Yeah, but a flooded home as a result of burst pipes is a lot more expensive than a heating bill. McKenna Alexander joins us live from our News 3 Now kitchen with some advice. Good morning, McKenna.
Yeah, good morning, you guys. Well, like you said, flooded home is really expensive, so you want to go ahead and make sure your frozen pipes don't burst. How do you do that? First, you got to figure out if those pipes are actually frozen. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over to your faucet, turn it on. And now I'm kind of playing pretend here, but if you turn it on normally and you just get a trickle, it's good reason to suspect that they are frozen. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go underneath the cabinet. You're going to want to use an external source of heat on these pipes. Now, you don't want to use an open flame because obviously that causes a fire risk as well as it can damage those pipes. So instead, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to use something like a hair dryer, portable heater, or you can even just take a towel and run it under hot water, kind of soak it, and put it on that pipe. Now, whenever you've done that for a little while, whenever you eventually Get your full water pressure back? It's thawed out. You want to go around the rest of your house, check your other faucets, see if you have the same problem. If you can't thaw them out, fall back on your best resource, just call a plumber.
McKenna Alexander, some good advice this morning. Thank you very much, McKenna. 6:34 now, a scary story out of Beloit. Police are investigating a car theft that happened at gunpoint. The victim told police it happened around 5:45. They had their car warming up with their keys inside while they were shoveling. The victim says multiple people approached and demanded the car. Police later found the vehicle. They're still looking for whoever stole it.
To our coronavirus headlines this morning, the 7-day average of new confirmed COVID cases this week is now half of last week's record high. Doctors, though, are cautioning it might not all be good news. They say this week is critical to get the current surge under wraps.
Remember that there's always a delay. Our hospitals are still full. A lot of sick people with COVID in them.
Doctors hesitate, though, to say the lower numbers mean Wisconsin has reached its peak. With Dane County's current mask mandate expiring on February 1st and Public Health planning to announce an update later this week, doctors caution now is not the time to let our guards down, rather keep our masks up. Soon, large businesses will no longer face the federal government's strict COVID-19 rule. OSHA says that it's withdrawing its vaccination and testing regulation for businesses with 100 or more employees after the Supreme Court blocked the rule earlier this month.
Continuing coverage now, we're learning more about what happened inside Middleton High School on Monday during their 45-minute lockdown. A 15-year-old was taken into custody. They now tentatively face disorderly conduct charges. According to the district, the student made a series of threats to a staff member, leading the staff to believe the student had a gun with them. They explained how this happened over the lunch hour while students were already coming and going from campus. That made it, quote, challenging to ensure everyone was in a safe and secure place. A district spokesperson says staff did follow all procedures. The school also holds frequent safety drills with students, the latest about 2 months ago. And yesterday, district leadership followed up by meeting with police to work out whether improvements are needed to their policies. Now, the district says the student was not on school grounds for most of the lockdown. Again, they say no gun was ever in their possession. News 3 Now will continue to ask questions of the district and follow up on this story as we learn more about what played out.
To the budget now, the Wisconsin legislature going to have to decide what to do with a surplus after the state's budget forecast improved by nearly $3 billion. It was driven by higher than expected tax collections. Governor Evers called for using the money to provide relief immediately for families and businesses. Republican legislative leaders say the money should go towards tax cuts in the next budget to be written in 2023. Governor Evers, meantime, visiting more recipients of broadband access grants. He presented 4 Lightspeed grants to businesses in Sauk and Iowa County yesterday while at the Reedsburg Utility Commission. The money comes from the American Rescue Plan Act. Since 2019, the governor says his administration's made investments that will connect 300,000 homes and businesses.
We know that the digital divide is holding our state back, and the access to reliable internet connectivity. It's not a luxury, it is a necessity.
The governor declared 2022 the year of broadband access in Wisconsin and is looking to make more investments this year.
The U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission filing a lawsuit against the Verona School District this morning. It claims the district paid female special education teachers and a school psychologist less than their male counterparts. The suit alleges the district paid a longtime female psychologist more than $10,000 less annually than a male psychologist hired in 2017. A male special education teacher who was also hired in June of 2019 also made thousands of dollars more annually than his female colleagues. In a statement to News 3 Now, Superintendent Dr. Tremaine Clardy says the district remains committed to lawful, equitable hiring and compensation practices. The statement reads, quote, "It would be inappropriate for the district to comment on any pending litigation involving the previous administration's practices and procedures."
6:38 now as we take a live look outside. Traffic humming along nicely. Boy, it was awful hard for the car to start this morning with temps this low. We'll keep tracking those falling temperatures and let you know when we're going to warm up a bit.
Plus, our Restaurant Week series continues in the 608 this morning. And just ahead, we're giving you a little breakfast, a different option when we come back.
It's here, Wisconsin. Ashley Home Store's Mega Mattress Clearance Event is on now. Millions of dollars worth of in-stock clearance, floor samples, and overstock mattresses must be sold. Line up for savings up to 85% off while it lasts. Plus, no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes.
This new year, in just 10 minutes, you'll look incredible.
This is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it
Visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This new year is the best time to get Plexiderm for only $14.95 and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
It's here, Wisconsin. Ashley Home Store's mega clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars worth of in-stock clearance, floor sample, and special purchase furniture and mattresses must be sold. This is your chance to save as much as 85% off while it lasts. Plus, no interest financing for 3 years store-wide. Only at Ashley Home Store.
As we head into this stretch of extreme cold, here are 3 things you can do to make sure your car is prepared. 1, check the battery. Cold weather will drain it much faster than usual. 2, check your tire pressure. It can drop in cold temperatures. And 3, be sure you have a complete emergency kit in your car with the gear to keep you warm and dig you out if you get stuck. And download the First Warn Weather app where we'll be tracking these frigid temperatures.
In the 608 this morning, we are continuing our spotlight on Madison's Winter Restaurant Week.
Yes, we are. Josh Breider live with What's for Breakfast in the 608 this morning. Hey, Josh.
Hey, yummy goodness, that's what's for breakfast. So typically we're talking about lunch and dinner options, guys, but Migrants Madison is changing things up a little bit, and starting at 8 o'clock this morning, you can start your day with them. Well, it's the moment we've been waiting for. We're going to dig into a little bit about what Winter Restaurant Week is shaping up for Migrants this morning. Oscar Villarreal back with us, the executive chef. And, boy, you've got the whole spread. And you were talking a little earlier, you've got breakfast options, but you've got other options throughout the day as well.
I'm going to start closest to me. This is the lunch quesadilla. So this is going to be lunch and dinner filled with cheese and then any of our 7 different types of meats that you can put in it. It comes with rice and beans, automatic, a little sour cream and fresh guacamole we make here. I've got 3 tacos, both on each end here, and the first ones here are vegan. What I have is I make a chorizo quinoa made of 100% all vegan products. It's all homemade, I locally source. I do not buy soy products. I also have roasted cauliflower in there and roasted portobello baby mushrooms. They're topped off with whatever toppings you want. It's kind of build your own. On the other side though, I do have 7 different types of meats for the tacos. I got lamb in this one, I've got barbacoa, and I've got duck. I kind of go a little bit off the realm because I am from a hunting family, so we always ate duck and other wild game. In front of you, this is the breakfast burrito. It is smothered in a tequila reaper sauce that we make here. That one particularly is filled with our spicy pork, eggs, cheese, onion, cilantro, and tomato. And then over here we have our huevos rancheros. This is also homemade chorizo on our charro beans with our wonderful ranchero sauce.
So it's nice you have a lot of options, and you kind of mentioned you really can personalize this. This is really for your business. I mean, for these people to enjoy whatever they want.
Correct. Everybody's different. You know, growing up in a large family, it was like everybody at the table had their own way of making things. So we kind of had our own spice level. We got 10 different salsas, so you can go as hot as you want or as mild as you like.
So as I dig into the burrito here, Oscar, what is your favorite, or do you like it all?
I kind of tend to go with the breakfast burrito to start my day, and then I'll have tacos for lunch, just because they remind me of my mom's. We make our own flour tortillas, our blue corn, and our yellow corn tortillas.
That's fantastic. I see why that's so popular. All right, well, Oscar, thank you so much. Tasty stuff out. I'm excited to dig in even more.
Thank you.
You bet. Oh, that smothered burrito. That is the way to start the day, guys. If you'd like to learn more about the menu, you can go to the story on the Channel 3000 mobile app. Winter Restaurant Week runs through Friday. Amazing food for hardworking people. That's Oscar's motto, and you can see he has a lot of inspiration from his mom with his recipes. But, you know, we talked a little earlier. They have vegan options. They have it all, so that way everyone can go there and feel like they've got something for them on the menu, guys.
Here's my question. And it's for Josh and Chris. Are tater tots vegan?
It depends, I guess, on how they're, if they're cooked in, fried in animal fat or not. That would be the difference.
But Josh, it does sound like a great option. So we all know Chris Stanford eats very healthily. He's very plant-based, aside from the chicken
You're giving me
strips.
so much grief about the tater tots, even 24 hours later.
He is a
She's
father.
never going to let that down, Chris Stanford.
Josh Breiter, thank you very much this morning. We appreciate it.
All right, hey, let's give away some restaurant vouchers. By the way, you can reach out to Josh and let him know what inspires you if you want to be featured in a 608 segment. Now, let's get to those restaurant vouchers, Leah.
Oh, yeah. We want to give you a chance to check out Restaurant Week for free. You can win a pair of $25 vouchers, all by answering our question of the day.
And we're asking you today, table or booth? Which do you prefer? Maybe it's a high top. Maybe you want to sit at the bar. It doesn't matter. As long as you go to channel3000.com/contest and enter something as your answer, you'll be eligible to win those $25 restaurant vouchers.
Doesn't matter where the tater tots are.
All right, that's it. You're cut off.
Fine,
no more
I'm
tater
done.
tot jokes.
I'm done. I'm done. All right, 6:46 now. Let's get to those alert day details with Chris Reese this morning. The top story.
Yeah. As you're tater-totting outside this morning, we're talking about some wind chills that are pretty cold out there, into the 20s below zero for a lot of communities, and in some spots even the 30s below zero. Keeping that in mind, know that your frostbite time is about 10 to 20 minutes with the wind chills where they are. So really bundle up as you head out the door, wear the gloves, do the whole shebang as you begin to head out. 26 below in Lone Rock right now, 31 below in Monroe. The wind has stopped blowing for us in Madison, so our air temperature at 15 below. That's the wind chill at the moment too. But when the wind does blow, our wind chills typically drop to about 25 to 30 below zero this morning. So it is going to be cold, but I'm excited to tell you that things get better. This right here is 12:30. Wind chill still in the teens below zero at that point. Even at 4:30 this afternoon, wind chills are into the single digits below zero. So we stay cold all day. But this is tomorrow morning. Wind chills will be into the double digits above zero. 15 below right now. Our temperature warms up to 9 this afternoon.
Chris Reese breaking it all down for us. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Well, she's known as one of the best singer-songwriters alive, writing some of the biggest songs in the world during her decades-long career. But now Dolly Parton is not focusing on the end product, but rather the work she puts in.
I never think like I'm a star. I just think I'm a working girl. I always say that I'm a workhorse dressed up as a show horse.
Oh, what a line. Coming up on CBS Mornings, co-host Gayle King speaks with Dolly Parton about where she's been and what's next. That's coming up here in about 12 minutes right after News 3 Now this morning.
You know, my country roots love that Dolly Parton.
Hey, you can't not love her.
I will be tuning in for that story for sure. 6:48 now. Coming up in the morning sprint, the search for a new UW chancellor, a former Rock County deputy posting bond, and a new CDC study on Omicron.
First, we want to say happy birthday to Madeline and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now, there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special. Order this New Year's and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
Don't miss out on Floor & Decor's grand opening in Monona on February 7th. With our unmatched selection of tile, wood, stone, laminate, vinyl, and more, all at everyday low prices, at Floor & Decor, you'll discover the perfect products for shopping on trend and on budget, all in one stop. Plus, our helpful associates make realizing your vision easy from start to finish, so your upgrade has never been more you. Explore Floor & Decor's newest location in Monona on February 7th, or visit us online at flooranddecor.com.
And now, most admired alum.
Get up there.
This is so embarrassing.
There's no way it's me.
You know her. You love her.
Ruh-roh.
What are you doing here?
It's Anna Gomez! Our first gagillionaire. With AT&T Fiber, Anna's got the fastest internet with hyper-gig speed.
I didn't know you went to this school.
We have a lot in common.
Live like a gagillionaire with AT&T Fiber. Now with speeds up to 5 gigs. Limited availability.
Don't miss the Lake Home and Cabin Show, Alliant Energy Center.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
We're keeping an eye on the list of school closures this morning at more than 60 and counting right now. They're scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Madison, Middleton, Verona, and Sun Prairie, though, not on that list so far. You can keep track of those closures and get push alerts for safety warnings today all through our Channel 3000 News app.
It is an alert day this morning as well. Some of us seeing wind chills as low as 35 below zero this morning. Even into the afternoon, a lot of those wind chills will be as low as 15 below zero. So it is a cold morning overall. Even some of our actual air temperatures lining up with the wind chill at 15 below zero for Janesville and Madison. But when the wind blows, a lot of those wind chills, even in Janesville and Madison, drop to the 20s below zero. Your frostbite time going to be about 15 to 20 minutes. So make sure you're bundled up as you head out the door.
Thank you very much, Chris. We're tracking some breaking news out of Milwaukee at this hour. According to police there, a Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputy was shot multiple times this morning. The suspect still at large. An emergency alert went out just before 4 a.m., warning people in Milwaukee to shelter in place. Police say the officer was conscious and receiving treatment as of 3:30 a.m.
A 15-year-old could face disorderly conduct charges after this week's lockdown at Middleton High School. Initial reports said he was 16 and may have a gun. We've since learned statements he made to staff made them think he had a gun. The district says the student was not on school grounds for most of the lockdown because of the lunch hour. He was taken into custody after 45 minutes.
The Wisconsin legislature is going to have to decide what to do with the surplus after the state's budget forecast improved by nearly $3 billion. It was driven by higher than expected tax collections. Governor Evers called for using the money to provide relief immediately to families and businesses. Republican leaders say the money would instead go toward tax cuts in the next budget to be written in 2023.
Online court records show a former Rock County Sheriff's deputy accused of sexually assaulting multiple children has posted bond. Gary Huber faces 10 felony charges now, including first-degree child sexual assault. According to a criminal complaint, Huber allegedly assaulted multiple children between 2010 and 2016 before he was hired as a Rock County Sheriff's deputy in August of 2016. The Sheriff's Office says it learned of the allegations July of 2021. An arraignment in the case is now set for February 14th.
The search continues for UW-Madison's next chancellor. The committee leading the search hosted another virtual listening session yesterday. Organizers say they've created a 21-person group, which includes students, faculty, staff, and system leaders. The committee hopes to name the university's next chancellor by May.
Public Health Madison, Dane County, emphasizing the effectiveness of the vaccine and boosters. They say in December it compared unvaccinated people to boosted people and found that unvaccinated were 7 times more likely to test positive, 57 times more likely to be hospitalized, and 58 times more likely to die from COVID.
A new CDC study is confirming a lot of reports about the Omicron wave. It shows disease severity during this wave appeared to be lower than during other periods of high transmission. The study looked at severe outcomes for COVID patients, including ICU admission, ventilator use, and death.
The woman charged in the death of Wisconsin Public Media Director Gene Purcell appeared in court yesterday. The court entered a not guilty plea on behalf of 31-year-old Shanisha Umis. She's facing homicide charges by negligent operation of a vehicle. A criminal complaint alleges last year that Umis was driving on the Beltline near Grandview Boulevard when she hit Purcell on his motorcycle.
U.S. Coast Guard rescue crews searching for 39 people after a boat capsized Saturday night off the coast of Florida. A Good Samaritan told authorities he rescued a man who was clinging to the boat about 45 miles east of Fort Pierce. The survivor said he had left the Bahamas with 39 other people Saturday night. They encountered severe weather, which caused the vessel to capsize. He said no one on board was wearing a life jacket.
Well, in baseball news, last night, former Red Sox slugger David Ortiz became the newest member of baseball's Hall of Fame. The 10-time All-Star was named on nearly 78% of the ballots in his first year of eligibility. Big Papi, as Ortiz is known, will be enshrined in Cooperstown now on July 24th.
Show me it's cold in a picture. This is the picture that is going to do it. You see that sunrise out there, all the steam starting to rise into our atmosphere. It is 16 below zero now. Still calm air, so our wind chill hanging out at 16 below zero at this point. Temperatures hang out in the teens below zero this morning. We're going to warm things up, though, towards 9 later on this afternoon. When the wind blows, our wind chills drop into the 20s below zero. Watch how by tomorrow, a lot of those wind chills will feel double digits above. We're warming up.